In this video, I'll be taking a look at the S.H.Figuarts Fat Buu, or just here it just says Majin Buu. I think shouldn't say Fat Buu, but whatever. The box, promo pics, which are pretty cool. A bunch of legal stuff to let you know it's legit. Continuation from the front to the side of the box with more just the hand, which is weird. The back, promo pics. Bunch of legal stuff, which I don't get why they don't put this at the bottom. This is just more promo pics, but like I feel like that would make more sense there, and you could put those promo pics here. Kind of like, I don't know, but side, just lighting, you know, to let light in. Obviously, if you do this, you can see, maybe not that bright, but let's open this figure up and check them out. So here's the figure out of the packaging along with all of the accessories. He doesn't come with too much, but you know, good enough, I guess. He does come with the cape. It is hard plastic, kind of sucks, and it's 3 separate pieces. Nice sculpt. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. He does have his really only accessory, because hands, I don't really count those as accessories, is this chocolate. Obviously, you've seen the anime, he turns people into chocolate and eats them. Nice squares, the dips in there. The silver's nice as well, just white. I think it's just molded white, and then everything else is painted, but good. I'm not gonna have him display with this for now until I get what's his name, Mr. Satan. And then he does come with a set of gripping hands, obviously to grip the chocolate, and he actually does hold it pretty well. I don't know if you can have him double fisting it. I'm gonna try that, so we'll see. But either way, this thing is nice. Actually, it really conforms to the hand. He does have a set of pointing fingers. Again, only these are fingers. This is more of like, I don't know, a nub. Just funny, but cool. But what am I gonna use these for? He does have a sticking tongue out face, which you can use like if he's about to eat the chocolate, which is pretty cool. Nice paint, the black dots, the lines. Yeah, it's nice. I like the pink and the matte color. The matte on, you know, the pink makes him feel premium. Here is the other head sculpt, more mischievous grin, like he's about to eat people, but like seriously, quite cool. Again, the black dots, the nice matte paint. Here is the figure itself, and man, this thing is quite good. It is hollow, like this part, which makes sense. If not, he would have been really heavy and more expensive. I forgot what I paid for this guy. I got him on Ami a long time ago, probably like 60, 70, 80 bucks. I'll look it up and hopefully put it on the screen. But you know, as for the head sculpt that's on in the package, it is just a neutral sculpt. The black dots, the lines, it is cool. Yeah, that's pink, dark pink shading right there. That's nice. Overall good. The cape, obviously, just is sculpted, so if I were to get a plastic, I would have to like pry this. That kind of sucks, unless I get a fabric one and like stick it in there. We'll see. I don't know, maybe. You do have this nice gold trim, which is clean. If you see that, I don't really see any, you know, paint coming over. I think it, oh yeah, I think it's a separate piece. As you see, is that a, oh no, that's a hair. I thought it was a scuff. Shows you my hair. That's fucking hilarious. The Majin Buu logo looks nice and clean as well. This is molded black. You can see a seam line there and there. The white, I think there's shading. If not, you know, it's a lot of folds, so the light makes it feel like shading, but would have been nice to have some, because I don't think there's any. Big ass diaper, black here, the yellow at the boots, which is the same at the gloves. Again, I don't think there's shading in there, but since it's matte, it gives it a nice feel. I will say this does feel quite fragile, like it moves, but I don't know, that feels like that could break either the joint here or into there. The sculpt continues within, even when you move it, it's in there, which is quite cool. Has a flat spot here to sit down. Again, the wrinkles and everything make them look good. The nice pink matte color, the gloves. These are the fisted hands that are on them in the package. And then you do have the pegs. To put the capes on, they just have a joint like that. It's a hinge, and you just pull out. You just plug it in like so. Okay, so I did put the cape on, but my god, was that a struggle. You do want to make sure these line up. As you can see, they just kind of, there you go, like that. Yeah, I'm probably gonna try to look up a cloth one, but once you put them on, they're good, but to put them on was a bitch. As you can see, it hinges, and you really want to push those pegs in. Again, be careful because this is quite brittle. It kind of reminds me of like Gundam, like that kind of material, if you ever built a Gundam. Same thing with like this part, but I would be careful with that. I don't mind it too much. Again, I collect Yamaguchi figures and they do that, but this is an older figure. This is a reissue of an older figure, so I feel like now they would probably do cloth goods, but yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, yeah, okay, they're not popping out, so that's good. As for the articulation, he is just a ball, pretty much, so the articulation is pretty good. The head, it can move side to side, move up, you do have a neck joint in there, down slightly, and pivots and rotation. It's quite good. It does hinder because of the cape piece, so if that wasn't there, you would get a little bit more, but either way. As for the shoulders, they hinge out a really good amount actually. For, you know, I thought it was going to be more limited. They do have a butterfly joint, which is quite good. As you can see, you can do like some superhero flying poses with them, which again, you want to be careful. I don't know, he feels brittle in some places. Can obviously rotate in there, bicep swivel, double elbows right there, and then the balls here are really good. As for the cape, these are on hinges, and the hinge pegs in there so you can rotate it. As you can see, you can kind of do it. I would again be careful with it, but hinge it, slight rotation, but not too much. As for the torso, it is a ball joint. You would think it would have more room, but it is quite limited. It's weird to grab. There we go. So it can rotate, hinge that far forward, that far back, and slight pivot. Again, it's weird to grab this guy, but slight pivot. As for the hips, they do move out all the way. He can literally do the splits, which is again crazy. Look at the scope, continues in there, and it's not too bad actually, like that, but that's to bring it forward. He can kick forward all the way 90 degrees, which allows him to sit down quite nicely. As for the feet, they rotate right there because it pegs into there. Single knee, which you get 90 degrees. Ankle swivel, I thought it was boot swivel here, but it's ankle swivel, pivot, up, or sorry, down, not that much, up, not that much, no peg holes, no figure. I don't think, have any Figuarts figure come with peg holes? I could be wrong, but I don't know. And nice toe joints, which, damn, they move 90, which is quite crazy for this guy. Like, what, you're gonna have him on the toe joint? Here he is compared to the Marvel Legends Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. He is a big boy. What's this figure, like 6 inches? It's weird to get because I usually put my finger like, there we go. Here he is compared to the NECA God of War Kratos. Again, Kratos was bigger, but he's still a big boy. He's like, let me put my finger like that. Almost. They're about the same height if you count the tentacle. Here he is compared to a McFarlane Toys Batman. Again, Looks good. And put my finger, line it up. There we go. Bigger, even. Well, I think to the top of the head, he's bigger, but to the tentacle, he's bigger. And for a proper comparison from the same anime, here he is compared to the SHF Kaioken Goku, which I think scaling wise is quite good. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Here he is. Ooh, what? That's gonna be a problem, but let's move that. Yeah, like that. Maybe no, I think it's perfect actually for Majin Buu, or Fat Buu. So what are my thoughts on this figure? It is nice. Again, I don't remember exactly what I paid. I think it was $80 for Ami. For that price, I think it's kind of worth it. He is quite hollow. I don't know what else you could have gave him other maybe than pudding, like a pudding cup, but then you have to give him another hand to hold the pudding cup. It's a whole thing, but I like it. The paint is nice and crisp. The matte pink makes him feel premium. The cape is the only thing I think is frustrating. Wish that this was cloth, but it is what it is. I might have to track one down. But either way, I am quite excited about this. Now I do need Mr. Satan. Hopefully they reissue him. Obviously they reissued this one, so hopefully they can reissue Mr. Satan. But overall, I am quite excited with this figure, with my purchase, to put him on the shelf. But now I need probably some more figures. Probably a Kid Buu. I know there's a Tonson Art Toys Kid Buu on there, so I might have to get that. We'll see. Most likely when I get it, they're gonna fucking announce that they're gonna do one. But either way, quite excited to put this on my shelf. Now fuck off.